Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. We are back with episode 42, shouldn't this be 43? 42 or 43 of our Season 2 playthrough of Medieval Dynasty. We are going to be selling off the other half of the flax today, and see if we can't make another 100 grand. I don't know if we're going to make a whole nother 100 grand, but we should be at least able to get half that. So we're going to see how that goes. We're going to scramble around and try to get some more things crafted, see if we can't get some more iron and some more of the other materials, and sell off the other half of the flax seeds along with anything else that we can collect along the way. So, if you learned anything useful today, or if you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, let's go ahead and load in. Hey, Stesso, how's things, man? Alrighty, here we are. So we are only halfway through summer. We will not be able to do any more sail run until the season change. So what we're going to try to do is get as much gathered as we possibly can. Oh, not too awful bad, man. I'm doing pretty well. I can't complain. Well, I can, but I shouldn't. I don't really have anything viable to complain about. Yeah, we're gonna try to get as much crap together as we can before season change so that we can run on a sail run for that other half of our flax seed and anything else that we can make along the way. We did not do an iron run yet, so we'll have to do that too to see if we can't get some more knives. We'll do what we can with the wool and the leather, and we will make ourselves some more of these here wines to sell as well. Apparently I left my horse in the food stall, so that's fun. There it is. I am really genuinely hoping that we can hit 100 grand fairly easily. I don't know if it's going to happen. I think we're going to be restricted by the villagers. I think we could probably hit 100 grand this episode if we had the available funds, and I don't think that we're going to. Available in the village from villagers. So let's put this wine up for sale. You know, we could take some excess wine to sell as well. I wouldn't mind getting us some more clay too. I think that's probably a good idea. Let's put our wine away for now, and let's go get that clay that's nearby. It's down by Danica. And then we will see about going on a mine run, and then possibly getting some of the clay up by Sambor. Because if we can get enough wine that they won't be able to sell it over the course of the year, then we can take it with us on our sail run and make for absolute certain that we are going to wipe out all of the villagers. I think, Stesso, that we are quickly coming up on the end of our playthrough. If we can maintain 50,000 an episode, then we're only looking at another 8 episodes, which is like 2 weeks. And then we will be millionaires. Yeah, that 100 grand was really nice, and I think it's because we were able to do 2 sale runs back to back at the season change. As remember, the Valley generally only has around 50,000 coins, so I don't know that we'll be able to consistently pull those kind of numbers. That's why I'm leaning more towards 50,000. Well, if we can get at least 50 clay, that's another 10 wine. There it is. I think that's all of it, too. So it looks like we can get about 10 bottles out of this clay pit. And this is that one that we knew of because it's right by where our old village was in Season 1. Yeah, episode 42 did go really fast. That was insane. I'm hoping that we can keep that kind of momentum up. Although we have been ramping up steadily, like it's not like we stagnated and then all of a sudden came back to life. I mean, we've been making a little bit more each season. Unfortunately, I think now we are more or less going to plateau. Yeah, I actually was looking at that. I didn't have a chance to go real in depth on it, but I pulled it up on Steam, so I'm gonna look into that a little bit more, I think. Well, we can get an extra one. Excellent. Hey, Alex, what's going on, man? How'd your cooking last night go? Was it anything good? Yeah, it does seem kind of similar. No. Cherries. Oh, hey, look at them using the tavern. That's kind of cool. Well, that gave us a bunch of extra seating that we didn't have to build. I wouldn't mind doing a little bit more out in front, though. Maybe a nice campfire here in the corner and a couple more tables out here. I think we can make that nice. Alright, so let's go see about getting some iron and possibly... What did I just put? Oh, cherries, right. Okay. Okay, so we've got 39 cherry wine, and how much are they selling per day? Services... One of these food stalls is selling cherry wine. This one. 7. So 39 divided by 7. It's 5 days worth. I don't know that we're going to take any for sale right now. Alright, Winnie, let's go get some iron. That'll get us some extra knives, and we can make some more vials. Vials are heavy. That's the only real reason I don't like carrying them. But they are nice because they give us something to clean out that last little bit of coin that everybody retains when you're selling big ticket items. There we go. And we do still have a couple of night vision potions on us, so the rain's not really going to be a huge deal here. Got leftovers for the better half of the week. Awesome. I always say the best food's the food I don't have to cook. Alright, this shouldn't take but a minute. The iron, at least, is a really quick mine run. It's not nearly as bad as when we were running for the bronze, so that's super nice. Oh, there it is. I knew I missed one. And we're going to have some tin trickery up here on the left. Or right, rather. I swear I know my right from left. I do on Sundays, I make breakfast burritos enough for the week. So that way we've got some food that we can eat throughout the week as well. So it's always a good idea to overcook like that if you don't want to or don't have the time to cook during the week. Generally speaking, I don't eat said breakfast burritos for breakfast. I very rarely eat breakfast, but they do get et for lunch, so that's a thing. And it's nothing fancy. I mean, it's basically just sausage and egg and hash browns and what have you. A little bit of spice. But it's nice to have quote-unquote home-cooked food that you can make quickly. Just, you know, pop it in the microwave and you're good to go. Wow, that color off the tin was not kind on the eyes. Or the iron, rather. When we were right under the torch, that shade hit the back of my eyeballs just the wrong way. The best food is food you don't like, so you don't eat too much. That is probably fair. Although, depending on how involved I am in something, I often forget to eat. For instance, Friday, my boss had to send me to lunch because it was almost 1. And I did not realize that it was past noon because I was doing data entry and I was super focused. So I would have worked straight through lunch without even realizing it if he hadn't said something. Kind of like I do in game to Racemare. I am actually like that in real life. I will forget to eat for long stretches of time if I have a project that I'm very focused on. And I think some of that's a holdover from my early 20s when I was only eating 3 times a week for money reasons instead, but I think that holdover is... I ignore my stomach growling much easier than most people now. Yeah. When I get into like a weird focus mode, because I do it sometimes when I'm gaming too, where I'll sit perfectly still playing a game for hours, and then all of a sudden realize I have to pee right now. It's not until the consequences are dire that I tend to notice that my body has been screaming at me for some time for something when I'm in that state of focus. That's the drop-off, isn't it? Yep, I really should have drank a potion. We almost just rode Winnie right off the drop-off. There we go. Wow, I forgot how weird the cave music was. Because we've had the music off for so long. I mean, basically 2 seasons since they were having all that copyright shenanigans. And I forgot that the ambiance in the caves was actually mildly disturbing. So you can hear like women crying and people singing, and it's super, super weird. I think that's all of it out of this mine. We're not going to bother with the other mine. We spent so much time just getting lost in the tunnels that I don't think it's worth the effort. Tell you a girlfriend that can cook can make you permanently fat. That's fair. That is fair. I know at the various stages of my life that I've had to move back in with my parents, I have gained weight because of the ready access to easy food that I don't have to cook. And when I live on my own, I tend to drop the weight back off. I can only imagine having a significant other that cooks well would be that much worse. Iron. Iron ore. Alright, and then how much do we have for bars? Oh, we have a lot for bars. Okay, so let's take... So that's going to be 41. I would like to have at least 100. So let's take 59 of this. So that's going to give us 50 knives. We might be able to get it up to 65 if we drop them back down to 50 iron, which should be fine. I mean, 50 iron's plenty enough for them, and any tools that we might have to make in the interim. But for now, we will use what we've got here and make some knives for sale. Right, I cannot move. We should at least be able to hit 700,000. Oh, maybe not. I thought that we were a little bit higher than that. I was hoping that even if we couldn't hit the 100,000 today, that we'd be able to hit 700,000 just because of the leftover. But it looks like that might be a little overly optimistic, as it were. Alright, so let's take another 30 of these. And then we'll take 15 sticks. Only 15, psych, not all of them. Alright. Get lost in the dark. Because why not? Alright, so that'll give us a bunch of knives to sell. And we can go back home and work on, you know, realistically, we should have gone home before we did this. So that we could sleep through the night and burn the next day by doing this. So we're going to head home now. And then we'll make some hats and various other things. Maybe some baskets. And some vials. And some shoes. And realistically, we could probably take... We have more than double the linen thread that we had last time. Sometimes the sweet gestures from your loved ones can absolutely ruin you. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The question is it really ruining you if you enjoyed it? Because I feel like quality of life is more important than the little things. But that might just be me. That could just be opinion based. I noticed we have quite a bit of limestone too. We might be able to finish off the last of the houses over here. If that's the case, we might be able to do the last two houses on the other side as well. And then just grab a bunch of clay instead. Which would be kind of a sweet deal. Alright, let's just leave him in storage. Because we're going to need to come after that. Anyway. Now the real big question here... Did I remember to set 2 fields to cabbage? I did. Okay. And are they good to go? They will be. Okay. So now how much... We'll check in the morning how much fertilizer we have for the next day. Or the next season. Because we are going to need 600 for our next season. And I'm not entirely sure that we have that much. This is going to be tight. Need animal feed? No, I think we're alright on animal feed. I'll double check. I know, I see the icon in the top left, but that's because I have babies that are out at animal care stations that don't have workers, so that they don't eat feed. Yeah, we've got almost 900 feed. We're fine. Also, hello. Alright, looks like we only have enough for one more hat, which is unfortunate. But that's alright, we can take some of this leather as well. But we've got more than double our linen thread. Oh, no worries. Yeah, because we have over 400 this time around, so I'm thinking we can take some of that early. Because I think we're going to have the same problem that we had at the end of last season where we maxed out everybody to the point where we couldn't make any more money, even though we had more stuff to sell. So I'm worried that when that flax comes due at the end of spring, we are not going to be able to offload it all because of how much there is. So we might try to preempt some of that. We'll take like half of it, maybe 3/4, and sell it early. But I think that'll be the play there to get some extra cash. I really want to clear the whole valley again, and I think it's doable. I mean, I know it's doable, but I think it's doable with what we have without eating into things I don't want to give up. Alright, so we put the... I forgot to make the godforsaken shoes. Oh, there's the sirens in the rain for you, Stesso. I'm glad I'm not the only one that hears those. Alright. It is weird. There's no upside to a girlfriend that likes to bake and makes good pastry and shows affection by making cookies. That is deadly in the long term. But they taste good, so quality of life. Also, she shows that she cares, so that's cool. But yeah, I feel you. Okay, now we have 3 things that we're not selling? Did we lose another one to pregnancy? No? What's the resource stall out of? Wicker baskets. Excellent, because we were going to make some of those anyway. So let's make a crap ton of those real quick. How much can we carry? We can carry around 60 kilograms. Comfortably. I know I should have checked to make sure that that was evenly divisible by 5, but I didn't. It's 122 baskets. That ought to keep them for a while. Alright, tools are becoming a problem again. I don't like that. Nope, everything's repaired. Okay, the kitchens are probably out of bowls. Yep. I'll need to see how much... Yeah, you heard him too, huh? There are sirens in the rain. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, the goose house. We knew there wasn't anybody in the goose house. That's fine. That's fine till somebody comes back. Okay, it looks like we're actually fine. It's just warning us about a bunch of stuff that we don't care about. The only thing that is a possible problem is the bowls. We've been ignoring the bowls for quite a while now, and it's probably still safe to do so, but I want to double check and make sure that the bowls aren't completely damaged to this point as to be unusable. Because that could be a thing. It's been long enough that we've been ignoring them. So let's see what we have for potage in here before we get too excited. Oh, no. No, they're fine. There's several hundred potage in here. They're fine. So we're just going to ignore the bowl outage as well. They'll catch back up with that once people start eating some stuff. It looks like there are 7 empty buckets that we will fill, so that we don't have a water shortage, because we don't have an extractor on the well right now. We have too many people that are pregnant. Alright, let's, what else do we need and or can make? Let's check our tools while we're here. So we need a couple more iron axes for sure. An extra shearing scissors probably wouldn't go awry. So let's do 1 shearing scissor, and we will do 2 iron axes. And then we will do another large batch of vials. I didn't check to see how the hose were. I should have checked those. So right now we have so many people out that we are running low on tools that we normally don't run low on, so... Ah, crap, we're gonna have to make another thing of shears. I didn't realize mine were almost broken. Not a big deal. Iron hose. No, they're fine on hose. And of course we're fine on knives. We just made a crap ton of those. Shovels probably be alright. Alright, so let's make these shears real quick for them so that she has a backup pair. And then we will make some vials. And then possibly see about getting some more clay. So that we can get some more of the... wines. Because I would like to have enough wine to actually be able to sell some to vendors. Because we have a crap ton of cherries in storage right now. What? Oh, because they're both 100. We also, I realized, forgot to give our kid a toy. So let's go handle that. Very nice, thank you. Here, I got you something. Oh, apparently I didn't forget to give him a toy. So many children. They're like a plague. Alright, so let's see what we have for wooden vials before we go too gung-ho here. Yeah, we're down to 1800, so we can definitely offload. We cleaned up our sticks some. We're going to go ahead and clean up our logs some now. We're up to 1200. That is absurd. Okay, we'll take 120? 120 kilograms worth. That's going to take forever. It's about 250 is what we can carry if it's on us before Winnie starts to slow down to the point where it's not worth it. Aw, man. Not quite 50 planks. So we know 50 planks is 1,000 vials. So we might actually need to make more than one trip. I'm wondering what we're carrying that is heavy. Because we should be able to carry 50 logs just fine. We've done it before, multiple times. So there's 960. Alright, Winnie, let's see what we got, bud. So we will throw those vials in. Oh, damn it. I accidentally threw my backpack in storage. So what do we have that's got a bunch of weight to it? Nothing. Odd. Alright, just go with it, I guess. So we're actually going to take 100 this time. We might make 3 passes. But we do need to re-equip our backpack because my dumbass put it in storage. There we go. I know this is super riveting gameplay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get everything in order for our huge sale run at the season change. Also, we can't sleep right now, so I figure using it to make extra money is going to be the way to go. Oop. Let's swing wide. I really wish the horse would corner a little bit better, but fair enough. I mean, it is a big-ass animal. I know I'm a big dude and I don't corner well, so... Especially now. But even when I was younger. Although I was never much of a runner. I was not built for speed. I was built for momentum. Well, we were able to carry 100 logs. And it gave us 2,000. Oh, I only stacked us to 150. I didn't stack us to 250. That's what was going on. That was my fault. I wasn't paying attention. That first trip, that's why it was so short. No, all of them. So this will be another 2,000 planks, or 2,000 vials. Now, we're not going to be able to carry all of these vials with us. This is mostly so that we don't have to worry about them running out here in the village. We've got plenty enough for us to take on the sail run at this point, but also I would rather have them in saleable form instead of just as logs taking up space in storage. I know we've got the space for them, but it's just going to keep getting worse if we don't do something to trim them back down. Alright, so let's see how we're doing now. We should have around 6,000, I think? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, our stones are starting to get up there again. So are our planks. Alright, we look like we're in pretty good shape. So let's go ahead and hit up some of the other areas for clay. So we know we found that new one up here that I didn't know about when we were on our last sail run. So let's hit that one up. And then we can cut across and dump it in storage here as we head over to Sambors, where we can get some additional clay over there. Yeah, I should have taken the bridge. It would have been faster. Could we? Oh, no. Apparently we can't. Whoa! Well, we didn't hit any trees that time, so that's a plus. You know, it might actually be faster. I always wade straight across the river, and I think it might actually be faster to go to the island and then across. Because while there are two places that you have to cover that way, they are both much smaller than the big one. And since we walk so much slower... Wow, I hit that like right on the head, too. With our mark. Not bad for kind of winging it. Can't wait to get a horse? Horse. Okay. I thought that's what you meant, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, the donkey's awesome, but the horse is just so damn much faster. Have you made it to the donkey yet, or are you still on foot? Yep, there's the sirens again. Oh man, this clay field is huge. It's way bigger than I thought when we rode through it. Not that I'm complaining when we need it. Can build a fold, but just haven't. The fold is totally worth it, especially if you're to the Tailor Tier 2. If you're to the Tailor Tier 2, then you can use your flax in tandem with the fold to make hats, which are worth just astronomical amounts of money. I mean, here we are in the end game with the tech trees completely cleared, and we're still making hats. That was creepy. Two rabbits just sitting there staring at me. Alright, I think this is the last node. Yep. So let's go and dump these off. And then we can head up to Sambor. You're in year 7? Really? What year are we in? Oh, we're in year 8. So we're just barely ahead of you. Rabbits are creepy in general. I mean, you're not wrong. With their giant beady eyes. And sharp pointy teeth. Sorry, Monty Python reference there. Alright, so if we dump these off here... Oh, right, I wanted to check on fertilizer, too. We don't have anywhere near enough fertilizer. This is a problem. Shit. We have about half of what they need. Okay, that's a problem. Let's take some of our vials and get them some fertilizer. So we're gonna need about 300. So our trip for more clay just got paused. Hey, Bobcat. So we've got like 325-ish by the time that we refine the manure that we have. We can always go and see if we can scare up some more manure. But we're gonna need to buy quite a bit here, unfortunately. We spent too long with just 2 pigs with too many fields, is what happened. Because they wouldn't friggin' breed. Who's worse, rabbits or the knights who say knee? I feel like the knights who say knee are, not so much scary as they are entertaining. They're kind of harmless. Alright, so we can buy 100 fertilizer. And then we can buy some manure as well. And that's 800 coins worth, so we should have enough wooden vials. Yeah. Alright, so we wound up even on that. Now what I think we'll do is we will head back to the village. And then do up the manure and see how we're looking there, and then head down to Danica for the remainder. I'm hoping that Danica will give us enough to finish it out. If they won't, we can always pop over to Gustovia, but we are getting towards sundown, so we're going to have to be careful. Life of Brian is absolutely amazing, and I feel like it was actually a better movie than Knights of or than the Holy Grail, but it's not as well known. But yes, I have seen Life of Brian, and it is fucking hilarious. All you Romans, go you the house? You forgot to conjugate the verb! Oh, those were the days. I've always enjoyed British humor. I really have. Okay, so that should put us at around... yeah, almost to 500. So we need another 110 or so. Yeah. They're both good movies, and I absolutely adore The Holy Grail, but I feel like Life of Brian was actually better. And it's crazy to me how many people haven't actually seen it. Although some of their skits were absolutely riotously funny as well. Just in general as a troupe, those guys are pretty fucking funny. Like the complaint department skit, that one's fantastic too.
My wares never disappoint.
Or the oh hell. When they the Inquisition, the Spanish Inquisition. Those ones are great too. Oh. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Alright, we're good. It cost us some of the stuff that we were going to sell, but we're good. And that's alright, we have plenty enough logs that we can make more. The Lumberjack song. I mean, they had a lot of really funny skits. Blessed be the cheesemakers. Yep. Yeah, I saw that happening. He walked that extra step forward after I'd already hit dismount. So we wound up getting off on the wrong side. Can't believe we had to buy poop. After Season 1 where we were seriously shoveling it into corners because we had so much of it. And now we don't have enough. I think 6 adult pigs will be perfectly fine. I think if we can maintain 6 adult pigs, we will have enough year-round for our fields without having any issues. I just accidentally grabbed something again. Copper ore. Alright, so now if we look at our fertilizer, yeah, now we're at 710. So we actually got 100 more than we needed. But that's alright, because we'll use it. That is not a problem. Only 12 hats, that's not good. Let's take, we can take 20 of this. We can take that. So it'll give us 10 sticks that we need. So we'll make some additional shoes real quick. We can make 9, I think. 8. When Dragon Age Inquisition came out, I had it on PS4, as did one of my, well, 2 of my friends. And we were playing the multiplayer. There were 4 of us total playing the multiplayer. And the friend whose house I was at, because we were, I was playing at their house because I didn't have decent internet. And he got up to go to the bathroom. And while he was gone, I switched the language on his game to Spanish. So when he came back, he said, "What the hell?" And I said, over voice chat where God and everybody could hear me, because nobody suspects the Spanish Inquisition. That has spawned so many fun jokes for me. The problem is, if they haven't actually seen it, then they don't know what the hell you're talking about, and you sound absolutely insane. But if they've seen it, it's friggin' hilarious. Okay. More vials. I want to replace the 1,000 that we just had to sell off for poop. And then I think we will try to sleep and see if we can't get that sale run done. You know what, we might just take 100 logs, which is going to give us 2,000 instead of the 1,000 that we took, but that's fine. Or not. Why can you not move? Oh my. What am I carrying that I didn't realize? Oh. Now can you move? Yeah.
How's life treating you?
Alright. So there's our vials. I'm hoping that it will let us sleep. I'm a little worried that we're up to 7 again in the tree over here. But it looks like it's nothing new. They're still complaining about the goose house, but I don't really care. The kitchen still don't have bowls, that's fine. Oh, the workshop. We lost our workshop person. Okay. That's where the new one came from. And we still don't have our tool stall person. Do we have any moms back yet? No. I'm hoping at season change we will get some moms back. But we will see what happens. But we should have enough random miscellanea between the seeds and all the other crap that we've been making that we should be able to make a pretty penny on this next run. Alright, let's make sure that they finish the fields too, because that would be catastrophic. Nope, we're good. Don't mind me, honey, just bringing the horse to bed. No, we still have quite a while left. Alright, so I guess let's go hunting. This 2 hours is not enough time to go all the way up by Sambor to get more clay. That's not going to be worth the effort. I think that British humor works by subverting social norms, but if you don't really know how things are supposed to work, it's hard to find the humor in it. That's part of it, but also British humor demands that you know things. It's very referential to history and to happenings in the world. So if you don't actually know much about what's going on, if all that you're aware of are whatever's, you know, trending on whatever television show you happen to watch anymore, you're not going to get it. But if you know about history, if you know about how things work science-wise, how things work socially, economically, then British humor is friggin' hilarious. And I won't say that it's people's intelligence, that you have to be smart for British humor. That's not it so much. Because I have met plenty of people that are highly intelligent that just don't know shit all that's actually useful. But I've also met some really stupid people that know quite a bit of things. So, I mean, I don't think it's so much the intelligence level. I think it's your basis of knowledge that you're drawing from. Experience, exactly. Because that was one of the biggest misconceptions that I think I have ever seen. Is I had a friend that I worked with that thought that all of the people that were super into sports were just dumb jocks. And I had to point out to him that while I don't agree or have their love for sports, that most of them are actually highly intelligent to be able to recite the stats that they can and come up with the ratios and know what they mean. The people that have memorized all of those things about popular sports characters, I mean, sure, they don't know the periodic table, and I do, but they could tell you, you know, what year so-and-so was a rookie in, and they couldn't tell you when D-Day was. but they could tell you what year so-and-so was a rookie and what his batting average was for that year. And so it's not that they're stupid, it's just that they have different areas of focus. And while admittedly probably less useful, it's not an intelligence issue. Although, to be fair, I can't think of a time outside of anecdotal and storytelling when knowing the date of D-Day is actually useful. But it is what it is. Knowing the periodic table, however, can save lives. If you know what you can mix with what to make what, then you can sometimes turn hazardous materials into not-so-hazardous materials. In a pinch. I don't recommend doing it regularly, but it is something that could actually become useful in the right situation. That's fair. American stand-up can be translated to any language and still be funny, but you have to understand more about the UK to get their humor. That's fair. I think with American stand-up humor, it's more about the flashy, being loud and very animated. It's a much more physical humor than UK humor tends to be. UK humor tends to be a bit more cerebral. You have to pay attention and you have to think about what they're saying. Whereas with American humor, you can watch it in the background and still get, still get laughs in, by all means. But I think it's more about the volume and the silly faces and the overacting with American humor. Or at least US humor. I have to remember that, so Americans like to call, US people like to call themselves Americans, but technically Canadians and people in Mexico are also American. So sometimes that's important to remember as well. I didn't think we got all the wolves, but we might have. No, we didn't get all the wolves. So I only remember getting 2 of them. There he is. Yeah, South Americans are also technically American. I don't know how I got him before he bit us, but I will take it and be glad. Although we are going to need a new spear soon. This one has just about had it. It'll probably see us through 1, maybe 2 more encounters, but after that... Alright, so let's dump off the crap that we just collected, the meat and what have you. And then we will see if it'll let us sleep now. It should. I mean, it's looking at the clock up at the top. It's pretty close to time to go to bed. We should unite America. That's a slippery subject for a myriad of reasons. Alright, you know what? We can take 12 of this, which will give us an extra 6 knives, so we can take 6 sticks. Instead of hunting, we could have upgraded some of the houses, I suppose. Although our hunting level's not capped, so it's not really a big problem. Canada can be in charge. Yeah, but which half of Canada? Because they are very, very different in the east than the west. and vice versa. Not unlike the United States. Yay! Season change. Alright, nothing from the kid.
Hello.
Very nice, thank you. Here's your toy sword, kiddo. Off you get. Where's our wife? Oh, there she is. Okay, nothing from her. We are not picking these. We're going to let them handle this. But we are going to change over all of the fields to rye. And see what we've got for moms coming back. So we've got one here, Naradka. I don't remember what she was doing. And she's only got 3s. She has a bunch of 3s, but she's only got 3s. So I would really like to see what her husband does. He is a cook, so she has production. So what do we have for production that we can put her in? The kitchens are good. The sewing hut. We still need to upgrade the sewing hut. I keep forgetting about it. We can put her in the smithy. Yeah. Because that's extraction. Yeah, let's put her in the smithy. That's going to be more useful than having her in the, workshop. Alright. Oh, fields. That's the whole reason I went in there, and I completely forgot about it. Okay. So we are going to change all of the fields over to rye. And we should have enough workers on the fields that we shouldn't have to do anything for the rye. This should be our season off, so to speak. Did I already do this field? Oh, I already did a bunch of the fields, apparently. Oh, right. I only had to change the 2 that we actually planted cabbage in because I did all the other ones prior. Yeah, no, we're fine. All right. Whoop. All right, so we're going to need the horse for this. I hear you. We're divided in quarters. Yeah. Oh, hey, we got a bunch of extra clay. Okay, that's good. That's real good. So let's come on down to our flax. Now we're going to want to leave 600 flax behind. Well, probably 625. Okay. We'll take the fur to sell. We'll take the hats for sure. Let's take our iron knives. Oof, we are filling up quick. I'll take that. That's a junk item, but we'll take it anyway. The rye is for planting. Simple shoes. We can actually take all of those because we don't have anybody anymore on selling those. Alright, and then let's take... What do we have left? We've got 90... 80. 80 kilograms, give or take. Close enough. Alright, let's see how far this gets us. I'm a little worried that we don't have as much as I would like of the hats or the knives. But, oh, we've got some meat that we can put away and grab some more. I forgot to... Oh man, that meat's already half rotted because I forgot to move it before season change. Whoops. It's alright, it's not like we needed it. Alright, so that should give us a few extra weight that we can play with. So let's take another 50 kilograms worth. 48. 47, sure. No, that's too much. We need to put 30 kilograms of those back. Close enough. So we're going to be a little slow, but we should be fine as long as we hit Danica first. Actually, let's not go to Danica first. Let's do it like we did last time. Well, last time we started in Gustovia. Let's not do it like we did last time. Let's hit Danica first. Because I'm not sure that we'll make it all the way around. I hope that we will, but I'm not positive. So I don't want to chance running out partway through. Also, I want to drop off some of these heavier things so that we can move quickly to get to the other villages. Because right now we are going a little bit slower than anticipated. We're going at like donkey speed. Alright, so let's find some of our heavies. Probably these guys. And we're going to start with the vials. Because vials are going to offload quite a bit of weight.
Have a good day.
And we will move to the flax afterwards. We probably won't get through all of the vials before we switch to the flax.
Goodbye.
I just want to get through some of it so that we can move at a reasonable pace.
I've got it.
There we go. Now we should be able to move just fine. Yeah. So yeah, we started around 6:10. I think it was close to 6:15. And we will see where we wind up. I'm hoping that we wind up around 660. I would be happy with 650 though. It is what it is.
I've been a vendor since before you could walk.
Oh, that's not good. She didn't have very much money.
Farewell.
Hello there.
Oh,
Have a
not
good
you.
day.
You.
Let me show you my wares. What can I do for you? Farewell.
Alright, then we want Gisela and her husband. Isn't he the guy we just got?
How are you? Best goods in the valley.
No, he's not.
Have a good day.
I think we already got her though.
What can I... Let me show
Yep.
you my wares.
So I think Gisela's the last one.
How are you? How can I... Best goods in the valley.
Wow, we zeroed her out.
I
That's
help you.
perfect.
Have a good day.
Yeah, we've already made 20 grand. This is absurd. I feel like we have enough money to buy the kingdom.
Trade is in my name. Farewell.
Sykes the king now. Wonder if we'll see bandits up here. They do seem to like to spawn up here. Nope. Of course, there's also that other camp location that's right by village. Hey, Bobcat. I'm not ignoring you, Alex. I am waiting until I'm out of the forest to try to read that because I've already almost hit 2 trees. Okay. There is something in the northeast that seems more European than Europe itself. Like, a lot of things changed here after the 2 world wars, but remained in places in the US that are more similar. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. You would need somebody that has lived for an extended period of time in both regions to really
Let me show you my way.
get a feel for that.
Farewell.
Because while I have read a lot of European authors, and I have spoken to a lot of European people on the internet, I have not lived a daily life there. So I have an idea of what goes on there, but it may or may not be accurate. And I imagine the same is very much true in the other direction for people that have not lived in the US. Especially because our television is an absolutely terrible indicator of how most of the people in the US actually
How
live.
do you mean? Let me show you my way. Farewell.
How are you? Only the best
I did
products.
already
Have
hit
a
her
good
up.
day.
Okay. So yeah, it's really hard to compare countries. I mean, I know there are people, like I had a friend in college that was born in Germany and lived the first 15 years of her life there, and then moved to the US and spent the rest of her life here. So I imagine she would have a fairly good grasp, at least on the Germany region. But also, Europe is a very diverse place, just like the US is a very diverse place. I mean, from state to state, you have things that, on the whole, things that are socially acceptable everywhere, things that are legal everywhere because of the federal government. But there are social niceties that change from state to state, and sometimes even city to city, or even district to district.
I've been a vendor.
So I know when I lived in St. Louis, there were things that would fly on the east side just fine that you did not do in downtown. Well, not if you expected to walk back out.
Farewell.
So that's kind of hard too, and I imagine essentially the US is more similar to the EU in that, as opposed to, you know, saying Germany or England or, well, I guess England's not Texas. Is England still part of the EU? I think so. But it's very much the same in like it's one overarching government, but there is some autonomy amongst the smaller parts.
Of the highest quality.
I thought they left. I thought there was a big to-do about that. I wasn't sure, though. Damn it. I accidentally bought a bow.
It was nice seeing.
But I mean, Europe's got a bunch of fairly small countries that are scattered through there. And all of them have their own sort of mini-culture in amongst the greater culture. And the US is kind of similar in that way. All of the states are basically like mini-countries that all come under one big global head with a global set of laws and rules, but with autonomy outside of that. I mean, to the point where, while it's not a different language, they still speak English. There are so many different accents, and I've noticed that some people from different areas have a very difficult time understanding people from other areas if they're not familiar with their particular accent. So while it's not really a different language, it's pretty close. And turns of phrase are a little bit different. Some of the things that people say and may have entirely different meanings. Like, for instance, when I lived in Arizona, if you referred to your old man, you were talking about your dad. And then when I lived in Colorado, if you referred to your old man, you were talking about your husband. So you could give people the very wrong idea if you weren't careful. You speak Okie. Hey, James.
Hello. Hello. My wares never disappoint. Have a good
Same
day.
in Georgia, yeah.
How are you?
Like, that's a thing that I think, particularly people that aren't born and raised in the U.S. don't understand those particular nuances, the same as I'm sure we don't understand particular nuances of people born in Europe, or Asia, or Africa, or I'm sure that exists everywhere to some form or another. And Daddy ain't your daddy. Or if you talk to the Kunas, they may as well be speaking a different language. They can be very difficult to understand. They can be. They are one of the accents that I really struggle with. I have to actually put focus and attention into when they are speaking to understand them. Most accents I can talk to people. I can't necessarily emulate them, but I can talk to them well enough and understand what they're talking about and what they're saying. But that one, I have to actually pay attention to what's going on.
Best goods in the valley. I'm treating you. Have a good day.
Greeted. Let me show you my ware. It was nice seeing you.
Wow. It's like a couple of different... Yeah, it is basically. Kunas is essentially a pidgin, as is most of the Cajun. It's a mixture of French, English, and there was a third one, and I don't remember what it is. But it's basically a pidgin of the three. I live in Albany, and we speak household. Okay. Creole, yeah.
Best goods in the
Yeah. No, you're right, James. You are absolutely right. The strange thing about European countries is that you may live 50 kilometers from another country, but all you know about them is filtered through English language news sources written for Americans. That's fair. And most of that's not even trustworthy. They're after whatever gets them views. They don't give two shits about whether it's right or not.
Oh, whatever you need, I've got it. You have a good day.
Well, I think we might actually make it all the way around. I may have overdone it with the extra crafting. I think we are actually going to still have flax seeds left.
How can I... Best goods in the valley.
So we still have 2,000 of them available. And while we are out of iron knives, we have barely touched our shoes. Well, maybe not. The shoes move a little bit faster. Gotta go to work later, people. Alright, man. Take it easy. It was good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Hail from only the best products here. See you soon.
Alright, so here's the real test. We're headed down to Hornica. So Hornica is either going to wipe us out or we're going to make the run on the entire valley. But we did break 650. So I'm hoping that we have enough that we can break 660. Because that'll put us at around 50,000. For the season. If we can maintain 50,000 a season, we will be in business. That's not going to take long at all. Well, and that's not even counting the stuff that we're going to get out of storage. Because they've been selling the whole time that we've been gone, too. Alright. I really do not like the run through here. At least we made it unmolested by wolves this time. So that's something.
Hello. My wares never disappoint.
Alright. Well, that's the end of those.
Have a good day.
Alright, that was the cook. So let's go for the present dealer and the tavern owner. I think we are down to just seeds now.
I've got it.
Seeds and vials. How much did she buy? 200?
See you
Okay.
soon. How can I? My wares never disappoint.
174. Okay, that's not too bad.
Help you. Have a good day.
Okay, so we still have the miner, the horse salesman, and the tailor.
How is life? Best goods in the valley. Greeting, goodbye.
I completely jumped over the corner. I was trying to jump the fence and missed.
Greeting! Trade is in my nature.
Trade's in all of our natures, buddy. That's kind of the name of the game.
Take care.
Any black horses? Nope. I think we got really, really lucky in Season 1. I don't think the black horse skin is very common.
How can I help? Whatever you need, I've got it.
Well, we are over 660, and we still have stuff left in one more village to hit, so yeah, we definitely hit 50 grand. So let's go hit up that last village and see what our villagers got for us in the interim. I'm not entirely sure trying to ford the pond is a great idea. I think it's going to slow us down more than riding around it would have. And apparently our horse is Spider Horse because it just climbed a nearly vertical surface. Its mother was a mountain goat. And bandits. That was a bandit trap. We might come back for them, we might not, I don't know. I was gonna stop and fight them, but I noticed that we are still borderline overburdened, so it's probably better to just carry on. We know that they're there. So they're like right through here. When they block the road with carts like that, that's a bandit trap. They would have jumped us from behind if we'd have stopped. Or, you know, fallen off the horse because we couldn't navigate very well. I'm actually kind of surprised that didn't happen through the rocks area. I figured for sure we were going to clip a rock running through there. But we did it. We did it. Alright, so we need the fisherman and we need the tavern keep. It looks like they're both probably up there. Yep. There's the tavern keep.
Welcome. Let me show you my way.
How many fields you'd have to produce enough flax to only sell seeds every season and take all their money? Honestly, the 6 fields gave us 2 seasons worth, but we also had high value money items, so excuse me, so I'm not entirely sure. I would say probably around 10 would do it if you just wanted to rely on flax seeds and nothing else.
Well, trade is in
But you
my-
could also make caps out of yeah, we still have seeds left over, still almost enough to plant an entire another round. Yeah, actually more than enough to plant. We have enough to plant another 9 fields. We're not going to have all of the well, we might have all of the seeds sold by the end of by the beginning of next summer, but it's going to be it's going to be close. So they almost lasted us the whole year. All right, so how did our grand total for that come out? We're at 664,000. So let's ride home and see what they've got for us there. And I'm hoping that we might be able to hit 670,000. It would not be unrealistic for them to have around 5 grand. I'm thinking seeds because you get the bonus per item. Yeah. Yeah, but you're still going to have to do something with all the flax. You may as well take it with you. And the sad part is we have several workers that are out right now. So I think we might actually be able to spike even higher. Although at this point there's no point in spiking higher if we're cleaning out the valley consistently. So this is 2 seasons in a row that we've completely wiped out the valley. Yeah, they could sell those at the market stall, I suppose. But you'd also need at least 2 fields for food. Well, no, I guess you wouldn't. You could use, like we do. Just make potage. But you'd have to have a hunter. Yep, 4,700. Oh, we are 700 coins shy of 670,000. That's... wow. Just wow. So is there anything that we can jigger with our markets to increase our income there? Oop. Ooh. That's not a bad idea with the market stalls, Alex. What is the worth on those, though? This isn't going to tell us, is it? No, we would have to make a cap. You might be onto something, though, with the amount of labor that it actually takes to... when children grow up, I have to make more workplaces anyway, right? Well, and I'm thinking, with the amount of labor that it takes to actually make the iron tools, maybe reducing that down to just one person in a forge, and like 2 or 3 people in the mine, and putting everybody else into farming isn't a terrible idea. Especially since the farms don't actually count towards your building cap. Like, you might be onto something there, man. So if we put some more houses out... Well, and bear in mind that the 10 fields would be with us harvesting them. Because we get double the harvest. So we would need to make enough tools for them to be able to harvest it all themselves. Which would mean that we would need some extra materials as well. Oh shit. I had rotten here that I forgot about. We probably didn't have to buy as much. Yeah, that's almost 100 fertilizer that we didn't actually have to buy. Whoops. It's alright, that'll float us for next season. Alright, let's see what we can scan out of our animals. I think it's too early to shear the sheepies. But I've been wrong before. Oh, no you don't. Oh, you little... I don't know if I can't shear them because they're trying to go to bed, or... I think it's because they're trying to go to bed, because this one won't let me shear it. Oh, maybe not. Okay, all the lambs are out there. No, yeah, they're all ready to shear. Well, that was fun. We just got headbutted out of the way. I think you might be onto something, Alex. It might actually be worth our time to put up some extra fields. The problem is I want to keep the villagers self-sufficient so that we don't have to run stuff ourselves. So we're going to have people on wood. We're going to have people on... We're going to have people on a couple of different things. We're still going to have some in the mine, just not as many. And we're going to have some people... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to make that work the best way. Let me think about that. Let me ponder that for a little bit. We might be able to... You might have actually come up with something pretty solid. And we are stuck. But yeah, just change all of the sales over to selling off their goods, the caps. You'd still need to maintain the pigs, though, at the very least. Just to get the manure required. I'm afraid to punch a goose. I think even the adults would die. $50K. Our first season we got 50,600. Our second season we got 46,000. And I'm not entirely sure what we got this season, but I'm pretty sure it was close to another 50,000. Because we started at 610 and we are now at 660. Almost 670. But remember, we also got 4,000 and some change out of our vendors, so. So around 50,000, give or take 5,000 either direction. Flax seeds sell for... Flax starts with F, psych. Come on, man. So 10, but remember that we're only getting 80% of that, so we're selling them for 8. Because by default you get 50% of their base price, and then we've got the 30% increase. I sell fur boots and noble boots and spiked cudgels and all kinds of wine. Yeah, we've been selling cherry wine, and we've been selling iron knives, because iron knives are the most efficient for your iron. And then we've been selling simple shoes, because they are the most efficient for your leather. And we've been selling hats until we run out of wool, and then caps for the remainder, because those are the best uses for linen and wool. Well, best loosely. They're the most coin per resource for those resources. Best is too subjective. And generally speaking, I would say make whatever you have fun making and play the game however you have fun playing the game. Because it's a game and it's supposed to be fun. But we are trying to be as efficient in this playthrough as possible, going for that 1,000,000 coins as soon as possible. So we are taking advantage of the math that we worked out during Season 1 for the best price per... material. Come on, horse. Work with me here, bud. Been watching Naz do his 1,000,000 coin challenge too. How's he doing? How are we stacking up against the bigger streamers? Just getting started out, okay. I'm kind of curious. I'm not competitive enough to really care, but I'm curious to see how well our methods are holding out. Because I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because I'm convinced that this is the most efficient way to do it. He takes his time. Fair enough. I don't know why I came in here. It all goes across the hall. Well, some of the original cherry batch aren't going to make it. I don't think that we're going to be able to go through the last 360 before they expire. We're just not pulling in enough clay. Oh my god, we have so much meat. So much meat. Alright, let's go ahead and sleep for the night. So we are on year 8 in fall, or autumn. And we are at just shy of 6,000, or 670,000 coins. I feel like we're doing pretty well. Right now he is making money selling wooden bolts, if it tells you where he is at making money. He's selling wooden bolts? That is terrible. That is terrible money. If we look... Oh my. So it's 10 sticks and 10 feathers. And it makes, I'm assuming it makes 10. And they're worth 7 coins apiece. So you're talking 70 coins for 10 sticks and 10 feathers. So our way, we are making 5 coins per stick. So that would be worth 50 coins. And then our feathers, we discovered the most efficient way to do those was to sell them by default. So that's 30. So we would actually be making 80 coins by selling the feathers on their own and selling the sticks as baskets, as opposed to the 70 coins possible by making wooden bolts. I think 8 more villagers can plant enough flax to get all the money if you harvest it yourself every year. Probably. The question is, are we going to be able to swing harvesting it ourselves every year? Eight more, huh? Well, now the question is, where do we want to put them? Although I suppose we could put some houses out where we had our Season 1 village down here. And we could do several fields down here with just a house by each field like we do with our little 4 block. Only 4 blocks of fields. And we could actually add... Gustovia. We could actually add, rather than putting another... what you call it here? Orchard. We could put another field. That's got some merit. That's got some merit. Let's, and now's a really good time to start said field. We're not going to be able to plant it this season, but that's fine. They'll at least get it ready to go for when flax season rolls around. The problem is all the rye that we're going to have is still going to be a pain in the ass to work with. We could skip rye season, but I feel like skipping rye season is wasting a season on your field. I really do. Well, we already have to visit these two places, so putting another one here isn't going to be a problem. The biggest deal with adding more to one place, like you're saying, is I don't know that we have enough space for them at either village. Because they do take up a fairly large amount of flat ground, and it has to be pretty flat for the fields. Okay, so that's kind of management. Oh, I see. It doesn't even count as a real field yet. Okay, so he's still sowing. I don't know why. Oh, she did. Okay. So his field's the only one. Well, we should have had 3 barn workers. I made a very big boo. Overrided my game that I was on year 12 and now... Oh, no! Do you have any autosaves left from it? Oh, I am so sorry, man. That sucks. Oh, I feel for you, dude. That's rough. Oh, oops. Alright, we will pick up with that in the next episode on Monday. Because it is that time of the night, guys. But we are going to try to expand our fields out that way. And we are going to try to work in Alex's idea and see if we can spend a little bit less time with our other maintenance-ish issues and see if we can't make enough just off of flax seeds and selling their excess over the course of the year. I think he's onto something there. And I think we can probably do it with a little bit less manpower. I want to keep everything automated. I want to make sure that we have enough manure to cover the fields so that we don't have to buy any again. I also want to make sure that they have enough iron coming in and production to make their tools so that we don't have to stop and do that, and that they have enough wood for firewood and enough food. But I think Alex is onto something here, and we're gonna tinker with it. We're not gonna change what we have right now until we're sure it's gonna work, but we are going to try it because I think his idea has merit. Have a great evening, and thanks for your help with everything, all of you guys. Absolutely. Thanks for stopping by and saying hey. We really appreciate it. But it is that time of the night, guys, so we are going to go ahead and stop here for the night. If you learned anything useful today or had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, have a fantastic rest of your night. Thanks for joining us, and we will catch you next time.